Hello everyone, welcome to K-Pop Queen for your non-daily reactions to all things K-Pop. Okay, right now I've got another drama shop talk for y'all. Listen, I'm trying to do one every Sunday. Like, I'm really trying to make this a weekly segment. Now, I know I've said that before, and, I do lie. I lie a lot, but I really mean it this time. Okay? This week, I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite dramas, okay? It's called 100 Days My Prince. I know you guys have already seen it. I know you guys watched it. If you haven't, it's actually on Netflix, okay? If not, you can go to your sites like Drama Cool or wherever you watch your dramas. It's gonna be there. It's like 2 years old. No, it came out October 2018 or September, October 2018. So, year and a half, whatever. But anyway, it's all subbed. You can definitely watch it there. But I really love this drama. This is an historical drama, okay? But it is like very funny. There's a lot of romance, like a lot of romance. I mean, this is probably one of the best dramas with like good chemistry. You're never questioning things when it comes to the characters, okay? So you're gonna get everything you ever wanted with this one. And it also has a lot of action in it as well. It's a very intriguing story. It's a lot of fun. You'll be entertained the whole time that you watch it. I really do highly recommend this one right off the bat. I don't even have to tell you anymore, okay? Just trust me. Watch this drama. You guys already know what it is, okay? Grab your water, your snacks, whatever, and let's do drama shop talk. This drama stars Kyungsoo from EXO, Dio, okay? I love him. I'll watch anything that he is in. I will watch all his movies. I'll watch all his dramas. I'll listen to all the solo albums. I'll listen to everything. It's no questions asked, okay? So he plays our male lead in this, the prince, Prince Lee Yul, as well as our amnesiac Wondook, okay? So he is the crown prince. He's very cold and obstinate, just like really impossible. And it's because he's miserable with his life. Like, there's actually a reason behind it, okay? He's very, very unhappy with his life. His father came to be the king by overthrowing his brother, the king's brother. So basically, as a child, he just witnessed a lot of murder and a lot of treachery done by his father. So he's just really unhappy with his life. He just doesn't trust anyone. It's very difficult for him, right? So basically, he has to do this rain ceremony because there's a drought in the country, and they think it's because he won't have a child with his wife. As I was saying, he's very miserable. He hates his wife. He hates everyone, right? So he goes to go do this rain ceremony where an assassination attempt is made on his life. He actually makes it out alive thanks to his guard switching costumes with him, and that's how he becomes Wondook. He basically doesn't remember anything about his life. He has no idea what his name is. He doesn't know where he came from, but he is found by this man and taken into the town, this little town, and becomes Wondook. Now Wondook doesn't remember a single thing, so he's like pretty useless. Like, he can't really do anything, you know what I mean, except be a royal. He sort of remembers the mannerisms of himself, but he doesn't remember anything else about him, right? So we kind of watch him and those antics that ensue. And of course, there's gonna be a girl that he falls for, you know what I mean? She is played by Nam Ji-hyun, who I also really love. Anytime I see that she's gonna be doing a drama, I kind of drop things and I'm like, yeah, let me check out what she's got going on. You guys know this. I've reviewed a couple of her dramas before. I am a really big fan of her. I think for her, it is so easy to connect with whatever acting partner she has. Like, it is very easy for her to sort of build this chemistry with the male lead. So that's why I really like watching her, because it's just so believable. Her acting is really believable. But she plays Hongshin, who's just like this really sweet, caring girl, very hardworking, lives with her father in the town, where Wondook, comes into. The person that finds Wondook is actually her father. So she's like in the town, but she's also the oldest bachelorette in the village. And so, because of the prince's decree, he's like, all of the singles in the town have to get married so that there's no more drought. He's basically just kind of like, I'm not going to sleep with my wife, but everybody else, y'all gonna get it together. Y'all are gonna save the country, right? So she has to marry someone. So she either has the decision to, become this man's like fifth wife, or basically get beaten to death. So she's like, I'll get beaten to death. She genuinely, but thankfully, because her father finds Wondook, she's able to marry him, and that's how that whole storyline sort of gets wrapped up. So you kind of watch Wondook, who is really the crown prince, but an assassination attempt has been made on his life. He doesn't remember anything. He's very, very prickly, very, very stubborn. to the point where I'm like, boy, could you just learn a little bit, adapt to your settings, right? So you watch this very obstinate character match with another very stubborn and obstinate character, only because, you know, that's how she has to be in this life. Like, she can't just let anyone walk all over her. She works really hard, you know. She just wants to like really live, you know what I mean? So she works really hard and stuff. So you see these two characters coming together and battling, you know, head to head, and you kind of wonder, how's this going to work out? How are they going to fall in love? Trust me, they do. They do. Okay. It's a little bit of a slow burn, which in my opinion, I'm kind of a fan of. I like a slow burn. I don't know about you, but trust me, it burns. It does. Okay, we're gonna get there. Don't worry. Okay, they have really good chemistry together. These two, I mean, seriously. Like I said, this was really one of my favorite dramas. I watch this one every week. I'm really the type of person to let things, you know, end and then I'll watch it, just because I know how I get. I'm like, give me the next episode. Like, let me get my fix. Let me get my 10-minute fix before I go to sleep. I know it's 3 a.m., but let me get my 10-minute fix. You know. So I was like, maybe I should wait for this to like finish. But I literally watched the first 4 episodes when I jumped in, and I was like, yeah, I'm gonna have to watch this every week. I can't wait. It's too good. Also, some other really interesting characters in this drama. So I said that Kyung-soo and Nam Ji-hyun are our leads, but our second male lead is none other than Kim Sun-ho, who I'm sure you guys enjoyed in the startup. He's also in Welcome to Waikiki season 2. He's done a lot of other things too. But he was really great in this, and that is because, I mean, he's a phenomenal actor, obviously. But his character in this, he plays like a magistrate, I think is the word. But I'm not like, yeah, just like a scholar, someone in the palace with standing. Basically, he's like our detective in this entire story. Basically, that's really what it is. He sort of helps us piece things together of what's happening at the palace, and then what's also happening in this town, you know. So he's trying to figure out what happened to the crown prince, the whole assassination attempt, who's behind it, you know, what's the story. Like, he really puts the pieces together. His character does have one flaw, which I was kind of like, this feels too convenient. His character's flaw is that he can't recognize people's faces, which I think is weird. I mean, I'm not doubting it isn't possible, but just when you see it happening in the drama, you're like, oh, this is too convenient. Like, it's too convenient, because if he could recognize people's faces, this drama would have been ended a couple episodes sooner, trust me. But they wanted to keep that and have the suspense going, you know, and that is the only like thing in the story that I'll say I was like, oh, this doesn't really make a lot of sense. Otherwise, I will say this is one of the best written dramas I've ever seen. Not for real. Like, really no plot holes. Lots of twists, don't get me wrong. We are twisting and turving and caving and booming, okay? But it makes sense. The way that they tell this story, as I was saying, like, it is a slow burn in the romance, but it's a slow burn in the storytelling. Like, they really drop hints, little crumbs for us to sort of follow along to, and then you realize, like, wait a minute. This part of the story that I got isn't necessarily the truth. And now that I got this part of the story, wait a minute, what's happening? Like, it really unravels before your eyes, you know? And I love a drama like that. I really love when, you know, you have a twist, or, you know, you change your opinion about something as you continue to watch. It is truly, 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 truly written so, so well. We also have some other really great characters. We have Hon So-hee playing the crown princess, the one that is married to Kyung-soo's character. She is a vicious little girl. She's always playing vicious girls, isn't she? That's kind of her character thing, right? She gets typecasted a lot. But she eats the hell out of these characters. But the crown princess is a vicious girl who at first you're kind of like, I can't stand her. But then as you realize more of her story, as you get more pieces of the story, you realize, like, wow, she's actually trapped. She is a product of her environment, and it makes sense that she is like this, and it's kind of tragic, it's kind of sad. And then we also have Kim Jae-young playing the hitman in this drama. He does a really great job in this. I think you guys are really gonna like him. These are some characters we've seen before. There are a lot of actors in this that we know. I mean, we know all of them. These are our people, okay? These are our drama people, right? Some of my favorite moments. Okay, I'm not gonna tell you everything, you know, but I'm gonna give you like a little bit, because that's how Drama Shop Talk is. Like, you know, I'll talk a little bit, but I won't talk a lot, you know? I'll give you just like a little crumb, just so you can go back if you want to rewatch it or watch it for the first time. Hopefully I didn't spoil too much, but at the same time, I watched it already, so I'm talking about what I know. So, let's see. One of my favorite moments is when Wonduk begins to like realize things are not quite what he thought they were. He begins to realize, like, I don't know if I am who these people say I am. He's kind of like, I got a lot of questions. I'm starting to remember a little bit, not everything, but I don't really know. So there's this moment where he comes up to Hongshim and he starts questioning things, and he's like, are you sure we're together? Like, are you sure we're like we were betrothed before? Like, are you sure about that? And she's like, yeah, what are you talking about? She's like, yeah. He like gets closer to her slowly and surely, and she starts to lean back like, no, wait a minute, motherfucker, hold on. She just leans back and he's getting too close. When all of a sudden they lean so far that they fall on the table, and he's just kind of looking at her and he's like, see, this is what I mean. If I was in love with you, like, I would be really excited right now. Like, my heart would be racing, my pulse would be all over the place, we'd both be flushed, but like, we're both two people very calm right now in this situation, even though we're so close. So how can you say that we're in love? How can you say that, we've been together before? And I was like, wait a goddamn minute. He's using science right now. Like, he kind of making sense, but shit, did he have to do this? Did he really have to fall on top of her on the table? Like, couldn't he have just been chill and like question her face to face? That was a moment where I was like, yeah, this is gonna get a little this is gonna be a little spicy. It's just gonna be a little, just a tinge, a little flavor, nothing big, just a little hint of spice, right? This drama has truly amazing camera work. I mean, the way that they shoot things, the way that they'll pan to the characters, it's really beautiful, beautiful shots. I'm trying to think. There's one shot where like, I think, what is it? Hyungshim is like at home and there's like flower petals falling around her, and it's like a slow-mo, and then they just slowly come closer into her face as she looks at Wonduk at some point. Like, it's just like they have really nice shots to sort of show like the softness in a scene. It's not even just the script, it's not even just the words and what they're saying to each other that's portraying a certain softness. No, the camera's doing that work. Yeah, the camera is doing that work and showing off that softness. So I really love this, the camera work, the cinematography. Like, it came out so beautiful in this drama. Another one of my favorite moments is when Hyungshin gets kidnapped. Not that she gets kidnapped, okay? She basically gets kidnapped, and Wonduk like freaks out, and he suddenly remembers all of the training he has as a prince. So he's able to like beat up the kidnappers and some of the men in the little gang that took Hyungshin. He beats the shit out of them. I'm not even kidding. He whips them into shape, and then he like gets on his horse and runs after her. And I was like, this is like what I asked for. I asked for a man to fight for my girl, and that's what's happening right now. Oh, that is another moment that I really, really love. Oh, I'm gonna talk about it. Their first kiss. I would like you to know that I screamed and I replayed this moment multiple times because I couldn't believe it. Okay, it's in episode 9, so we had to wait a bit. Usually by episode 8 or 9, we're kind of like, well, no. By episode 9, we're like good. And then episode 11, that's when the shit hits the fan. But this is when they are like, they finally kiss each other. So basically, at this point in the drama, he knows he's not Wonduk. He does he remember who he is completely? I don't think he remembers who he is completely, but he puts it together that he is not Wonduk. And so he is pissed off because obviously, of course he's pissed off. He has no idea who he is. He doesn't know how he got here, and everyone's been lying to him. And at this point, obviously, he's falling for Hyungshim. So he's really questioning his feelings, his identity. It's just a lot of questions that he has himself. So he's really pissed off. And she apologized, for lying to him, but she was like, I was desperate to get married, and you were the only one around. I'm really sorry. I'm really, really sorry. And he's like, okay, you're sorry, but what about my feelings for you? What about my heart? Like, I already fell for you. And I was like, right? So he goes off to the the city or whatever, and he doesn't come back with some of the other guys because Hyungshim is like looking for him to continue their talk. And so she starts walking back home, and she's really upset because she's like, you know what, he left me, and he was right to do that. Like, it's okay, I'm gonna be fine, but like, I'm not, because I love him, she's just really, really upset at this point. And so she walks back to her house, and who does she see waiting for her at the end of the road? None other than her husband, Wondu, okay? Let me tell you something. Another really great camera moment. The way that they panned to her, then to him, the way that they like sort of did that, really beautiful. And it sort of stops the scene as well, so it gives us time to scream. Honestly, it really gives us time to process that. Wow, this is really about to be a moment. Like he knows he's not Wondu, but he came back. He knows he's being lied to, but he came back. Why? Because he's in love. Okay, and so she's like, she just kind of, she goes up to him. She's like, I didn't know if you were gonna return. Like, I like, what's going on? Do you remember who you are? And instead of saying anything, all he does is goes up to her and then he kisses her in front of the house. Ladies and gentlemen, you want to talk about romance? You want to talk about love? You want to talk about twisted fate? Talk about 100 Days, My Prince, okay? Talk about 100 Days, My Prince. Now, guys, I didn't even give you everything. I didn't give you everything. There's a lot more to this drama. Trust me. A lot more, okay? But you need to watch it for yourself if you haven't, okay? If you have, just know that I'm giving out a little bit of my favorite bits. I love this story. I thought it was just really well done. It was intricate. It was interesting. You know, I kept wanting to come back and watch more of it. And it is one of the few dramas I've actually considered rewatching. I don't like to rewatch dramas just because I always get in my feelings, and I don't like to be in my feelings. But I really want to kind of be in my feelings with 100 Days, My Prince. I might do it since it's on Netflix, so we'll see. Thank you guys so much for watching, okay? Tell me what you guys thought about this drama, or if you haven't watched it, if you're going to. I really want to know your thoughts on this one, because this one is very close to my heart. I love this drama. I really love the characters, and I love the actors as well, okay? So you can comment below, you can tweet at me, and I'll be back with another video. Bye, guys!